yeah, brother. Welcome to the podcast, Stop Crying Poser, right here on twitch.tv/Ninja Lifestyle every single Friday, right around 3:30 p.m. Pacific time. Let's shout out everyone in the chat. We got Irie Caveman, Trainwreck, Cake, God, Shredded Shane, Unforgivable Hippie, 902 Rider, Walter the Conqueror, Irie Caveman, C. Sean, 902 Rider, I Book Boy, UK, maybe a couple of more. By the way, this is the greatest podcast known to man, as voted by Bill Clinton, Buzz Aldrin, and Randy the Hitman Jackson. We're going to start off today's episode giving away some free shit. Does that sound okay with you guys? Does anyone out there hate getting free shit? No, you don't? Okay, well, these are 4 separate Ninja Lifestyle stickers, and as long as you live in America, these will be shipped to you. All you have to do is be the first one to type in a very simple question. This one goes out to the skaters. You guys just have to type the answer to the question. I lost my train of thought right there. Who is credited with having invented, in the late 1970s, the skateboarding trick known as the ollie? Who invented the ollie in the 1970s? It has become a fundamental trick, the basis for many other more complicated tricks. In its simplest form, the ollie is a jumping technique that allows skaters to hop over obstacles and onto curbs. Now, Walter the Conqueror said Johnny Geiger. That is correct. I'm joking. Trainwreck says Alan Gelfand. Damien says Rodney Mullen. TSA Skater says Ollie Gandalf. 902 Rider says Albert Einstein. Damien says Oliver something. Venus Dietrap says Stevie Wonder. You guys are all very close. Trainwreck is the winner. Alan Ollie Gelfand. And I've seen the old Rodney Mullen on video documentary. It shows some of the first ollies ever done by Mr. Alan Gelfand, and he really doesn't ollie. He sort of just scoops out of a bowl. It's more like a surfing move than our modern ollie. So a lot of people credit Rodney Mullen with doing the first high ollie, but that's just because he smokes crack. The winner is Trainwreck. Go ahead and give me your information so you can claim your prize. Today's Friday. It's been a bit of an eventful week for me. Usually when we stream video games, it's just a chill out session. I'm playing video games. I'm getting mad at the game, screaming at Mario. You guys are laughing. I'm laughing. We're having a good time. Maybe I'll have one quick beer with the viewers. But this week, my girlfriend was out of the house 2 nights in a row getting her entire fucking torso tattooed. She got like the biggest tattoo I think I've ever seen a close friend to get. So she was out of the house. And I was here drinking alone. But I'm not really ever alone when I'm on Twitch because I'm drinking with you guys. And it was a great time. We got super drunk. We played some Mario games. We laughed a lot. And it was nice. It was relaxing. It was refreshing. Got way more donations. Something about me getting a little bit loosey-goosey on the stream just lets people open up their wallets a little bit more and give me some donations, throw some money at me. It's great. Also, something interesting that happened, totally unplanned. We were doing a $3 donation, and I will review any video. So there was a couple of people having me review their skate videos from back in the day. Then we got to reviewing like music videos. Then we came around to reviewing a Paul Rodriguez video part, and I felt the vibe. The music just wanted to come out of me. And if you guys remember my old video parts, the neat video, the what time when video, sometimes you watch a skate video and you just got to rap to it. And it's pretty embarrassing. It's also pretty hilarious. I drunkenly rapped Paul Rodriguez's video part. I tried to name all the names. And it's funny to me because it's like a whole 3 minutes of me just fucking screaming on Twitch. It's funny because in my mind, when I'm rapping and singing this fucking video part, in my mind, I'm like the greatest. all these metaphors are amazing. I'm saying everything so perfectly. I'm fucking coming up with all these clever ideas. And then I watch the video the next day and it's completely like, it's nothing at all what I remembered. It's just me, a drunken idiot, just screaming. It reminds me of Beer Fest when the guy's like, he thinks he's being really like cool and suave. He's like, hey, how about a little slap and tickle? And then in reality, he's like, don't slap my pickle. That's what happened to me last night. So there is a clip available in the Discord. I'm thinking about maybe uploading it on YouTube, but then there's the question of like, are people going to understand what that is? A lot of people are going to be like, wow, Ninja thinks he's a fucking great rapper. He posted this video. He doesn't even rhyme half the words. And then it's like, yeah, this was completely out of the blue, and I'm completely shit-faced. That's why it's funny. It's not funny. It's not amazing because I'm a great rapper. It's amazing because the shit came out of nowhere. A skateboarding P-Rod part, and I'm screaming about, got your bitch shook. Switch front crook. Oh, man. iBookBoy says maybe Instagram would be a better idea. I'll figure it out because I saved the video. It's really funny to me. It was something funny to wake up to. And things like that don't happen lately. So maybe I'm thinking, I don't want to be mean about this, but I might have to just say, hey, Lily, I know we hang out and watch movies almost every night in this quarantine, but I think one day a week, I just need to go lock myself in the room and get drunk alone with my fucking internet friends. I think that might have to be a thing. I might have to put my foot down. Again, it was kind of a lucrative night, you know, my first night back getting drunk, and it was just all around fun. A fun time. You guys laughed, I laughed, and I can't wait to do it again. One thing I cannot wait to not do again is skateboard. I have not been enjoying skateboarding, and it's because of the heat. It's something I complain about all the time, but it's already 100 degrees here in Las Vegas. If you watched today's upload, today is Friday, it's a video of me doing a 50-50 on like a little rail that goes up and then goes down. Pretty basic trick, and I try not to upload too many basic tricks on Friday because they're supposed to be videos of me learning a new trick or doing a trick I've never done in a long time, or trying to just somehow challenge myself. And today, that challenge was to do a fucking 50-50 grind on a rail. You know, obviously I know how to 50-50, but when it's 100 degrees outside, it gets really rough to do. And if you guys missed that video, you got to check it out. The highlight of that video is Tex falls doing God knows what trick he was trying to do. I don't fucking know. His skateboard hits my camera, and then as he picks up my camera, he drops the camera again. So he hit my camera twice. My camera was damaged twice, but a skateboard only hit it once. So go fucking figure that out. I don't understand. We're talking about the same guy that in my backyard, there's a big trash can filled to the top, filled to the very top with nothing but cans, like alcohol cans and soda cans. Just an entire trash can filled with cans, and on the side of this trash can, I spray painted the word cans. So think to yourself, what could that possibly mean? Think about it for a minute. Don't just answer right away. You see a trash can that says the word cans spray painted on the side of it, and it's filled with, you guessed it, cans. So Tex thought it would be a great idea to put his glass bottle of liquor into pile of cans that said can. I don't fucking understand what the shit is going on in the world. This guy can't fucking figure out what a can is. He can't pick up a fucking camera without slamming it on the ground. Camera, cans. This guy fucking, what's going on with them? I don't fucking understand. Jesus Christ. It's so hot out here, and it has me really questioning. Because I know that my skate career is finite, right? It's not going to last forever. And although I will skateboard, you know, forever in my life, I'll be rolling around, I don't think I'm going to be able to do Flat Bar Friday for the next 5 years. And I always question myself when summertime comes around because it's so hot out. That's the most taxing time of the year for me to get out there and try to skate because I can't breathe. I don't know if you guys have ever had symptoms of like heat exhaustion or heat stroke, but you like close your eyes and you can't fucking balance, and like your eyesight gets weird, like tunnel vision, and you're dizzy, so you have to go and sit down. You're fucking sweaty. You can't think right. You get all weird and emotional. It's fucking terrible. And one day, you know, I'm not going to let this happen. I'm going to try to really nip this in the butt. One day I'm going to be out skating. I'm going to fucking fall down. I'm going to pass out. I'm just going to die. I'm going to die. I'm just going to be burning to death in the fucking hot sun. And if nobody walks by and fucking saves me in time, if no one walking their dog saves me, I'm going to fucking die so that I could have landed a fucking nollie front crook. Was it worth it? No. That's not even that crazy of a trick. I don't understand it, man. I got to figure this out. Oh, someone came in the channel the other day. They were like, why don't you rebrand? Just rebrand it. And I would quit skating today if I could be as successful at video games as I was at skating. Not just from a skill perspective, but from a success perspective. If I could make the amount of money that I was making, you know, 4 or 5 years ago on YouTube, if I could remake that from Twitch or something, I think that'd be great. Life and all problems would be solved, but, you know, not everyone's meant to be a video game streamer. You know, I've come to accept that. Not everyone's meant to be a skateboarder either. But it's just one of those things where I start to like question my skateboarding mortality, if I'm going to be able to hang on to this for much longer. And that's just something I've been tossing around the old brain lately. It's not looking good. I think what we're going to have to do is start to develop a plan like we did last year. I have to bring out my lunchbox every day. It has to have ice cubes in it. I have to be totally ready to take a break, like try the trick 3 times. Sit down and put an ice cube on you. Try the trick 3 times. Sit down, put an ice cube on you. Don't go out skating at 3 p.m. like you usually do. You're going to have to go out at 7 p.m. So you're only going to have about a half hour to land your trick. Why? Because that's when the sun's going down. And a lot of the DSLR cameras, the cameras that I use, are not that good when it gets dark. They're actually terrible. Although this one is okay. Maybe I could skate, you know, 10 minutes after the sun goes down. But it's just an issue that I'm dealing with. And I'm wondering if any of you guys are going through something similar. I know I do have a couple of older guys in the chat. But this is not just an old guy situation. I'm sure a lot of you guys are kind of bummed out now too, that you spent your whole springtime getting really good at skating. Progression. Maybe you're skating in your backyard. Maybe you have a box or a flat bar. There's no fucking school, so you're just getting better and better. You got your kick flip, now your varial flip. Now you're learning crooked grind and feeble grinds. You're learning everything, and now you go outside, your skateboard is melted into a fucking, just a pile of burnt rubber. It's just melted onto the ground. You go, wow. I used to have a skateboard. Now I just have some liquid material. Looks like the Terminator fucking melted. What am I going to do now? And then you go and you say to yourself, well, I landed crooked grind. Now I'm going to try to learn my first ever front side crooked grind. Got your bitch shook. Learning front crook, motherfucker. And then you go outside, you can't fucking do it because it's too hot. I know not everywhere is like Las Vegas, but there's a lot of hot places out there. Texas, hot as fuck. Arizona, hot as fuck. Florida, hot as fuck. Everywhere in between, potentially hot as fuck. And anyone in California talking about, it's hot outside. Bitch, I've been to California. If I go to the beach right now, I'm going to need a fucking jacket. It's going to be a misty 60 degrees outside. You're going to tell me you can't fucking learn a skateboarding trick? Get the fuck out of here. If I go in my backyard right now, everything that used to be grass has turned into a burnt spike of ash. That's what it's become. All the soccer fields across Las Vegas, the lush green fields, are now yellow fields of cactus spikes. You can't even walk on them barefoot. They will stab you because the heat has taken them and turned them to stone. Like it just kissed them with the touch of Medusa. And the whole city's turned to yellow. I've seen that. It's in parts of California, too. Barstow, motherfucker. Barstow, Stockton, motherfucker, 209, motherfucker. Whoa. Anyways, that's what's going on in my life. Oh, Alan Gelfin invented that goddamn ollie. It all started with him. That's the reason my life is so fucked up. He went and did that damn ollie, and here we are. Another thing fucked up in my life, Amazon apparently just took the whole goddamn year off. I get it. Ordering a yo-yo online, I ordered it. It's not essential. I also ordered a microphone. I also ordered some pants because I've been getting kind of fat, and these pants are a little bit for fatter people. I got some fat boy pants, and they haven't even thought about shipping it at all. Not at all. So not only am I fat and I have bad quality audio, I also am yo-yo-less. So what the fuck is going on with Amazon? Greatest company in the world, biggest company. They own Disney and shit, but you can't get a yo-yo from me to you. I ship out these Ninja Lifestyle stickers every goddamn week. And you guys can't get me a yo-yo? Fucking, this is America. Pissing me the fuck off. In other news, let's go ahead and jump into the news. We're not going to talk about coronavirus. We're not doing it. I've fallen into that trap already. We're not talking about it. We're going to talk about something that sort of came up last week. There was a shooting in Canada that we heard nothing about. And we talked a little bit about it having to do with trying to take guns away from the people. I had thought that Canada laws were already fairly strict, but this headline reads, Canada bans assault-style weapons after shooting rampage. Let's skim through this. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau announced an immediate ban Friday on the sale and use of assault-style weapons in Canada, 2 weeks after a gunman killed 22 people. He said, Canadians need more than thoughts and prayers. That, you're fucking right, they do. They need some rights. They need the ability to shoot back. Because I don't think anyone was ready to shoot this guy back. You do this shit in Las Vegas, someone is going to shoot back at you. You do it in Texas, they're going to hit you. Vegas people are fucking stupid. In Texas, you do this dumb shit. Remember that shit that happened with the church? Somebody went in there and blasted two dudes with a shotgun, and then from across the room, this guy pulled out a pistol, fucking plinked him right in the head, killed him on sight. That's what you need in these situations. Obviously, it's not going to happen like that every time, I know, but it's a nice, happy thought, and at least it's possible. When you take everybody's guns away, it no longer becomes possible. He cited numerous mass shootings in the country, including the rampage that killed 22. He announced the ban of over 1,500 models and variants of assault-style firearms, including 2 guns used by the gunman, as well as an AR-15 and other weapons that have been used in a number of mass shootings in the United States. Now, I think that the guy that probably had those guns, he probably wasn't supposed to have them. So legally, he was doing something illegal. So making something illegal into something illegal, I don't know how much that helps. And we have the same argument all the time. And there's good arguments for both sides. But making something illegal that was already illegal, I don't know if that's going to help. Trudeau says, you don't need an AR-15 to take down a deer. So effective immediately, it's no longer permitted to buy, sell, transport, import, or use military-grade assault weapons in this country. I don't know if people use an AR-15 to take down a deer. I would have assumed it would have been the 308 version. Is that the AR-10, I believe. I could be wrong. Could be wrong. Sue me if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not that much of a gun expert, but I seriously doubt this guy's a gun expert too, because it's not about what the gun is doing. It's about what these fucking people are doing. This crazy guy, I guess, sure, it's easy for him to kill 22 people using an AR-15. Sure, that's true. But if you make it illegal and he still is able to get one, he can still kill 22 people. Also, you want to make that guy scared to fucking be so brave to go out there and just kill random people? Let him know that he's not shooting fish in a barrel. If you're not shooting fish in a barrel, if the barrel, like, how do you say this? You're not shooting fish in a barrel if all the fish in the barrel got a gun too. You're not going to go fuck with those fish in that barrel. You're going to go find some other barrel with fish that don't got the gun. Man, you know what? The metaphor don't make sense, but you know what I mean. It's not about, like, as far as hunting goes, you use guns because it's convenient, right? Like, you don't have to buy chicken thighs. You could buy a whole fucking chicken, slaughter it yourself, cut it, fucking take the feathers off of it, cut it into a nice piece, get rid of the backbone, make some chicken broth with the fucking bone, and then cut it the right way. But you don't do that. You buy prepackaged chicken because it's convenient. Yeah, you use these fucking guns that have multiple shots for convenience. Anyways, let's go ahead and read. I know, like, I'm not the greatest arguer for my side. Obviously, I do this show live, so I'm not prepared to have a full-on debate. But whatever. I think that crazy people will do crazy things no matter what. And banning the guns, while I can see the perspective of that perhaps slowing down the number of people injured or killed, I mean, if this guy wants to hurt a bunch of people, he'll go use a knife. Or if he wants to hurt people that much, he'll go illegally obtain a gun and do the exact same thing. So, anyways, there is a 2-year amnesty period while the government creates a program that will allow current gun owners to receive compensation for turning in the designated. They're desired for me. I want these fucking guns. For turning in the designated firearms or keep them through a grandfathering process yet to be worked out. I think what it should be, like me being a super pro gun person, right? I have a gun right here in front of me all the time. I'm not against tracking firearms, all right? I'm not against the government knowing what firearms you have. I'm not against it because, you know what? If I got my shit totally legally and I'm doing everything fine and I'm following the rules, I'm not afraid of anything, right? I'm not against them upping the qualifications you need to own a gun. If they make you take a fucking week-long class, that wouldn't fucking bother me. It doesn't bother me at all. But when some fuck up does something stupid, and now his fuck up has become my fuck up, that's where I have to draw the line. And I know that in America it doesn't necessarily work like that, but that's how I look at it. I shouldn't have to pay for anyone else's fuck up. Nowhere else in life do I do that. You know, and if I have to, I'm gonna make a fucking stink about it. You know what I mean? If everybody who drove Toyota Corollas started driving fucked up all the time, and then I had to get rid of my fucking car, I'd be mad as fuck. You know what I mean? That's what they fucking do, right? That's them. You want to fuck up over there? That's over there. Don't lump me in with them. Okay? I have a gun. That guy has a gun. He kills a bunch of people. Now guns are fucked. I'm not fucked. Don't connect me to that. I think that's why a lot of gun owners get like really emotional. Like that's why it's a personal thing. You know, you would do the same thing if you were in school. You know, if you're a kid. Kids are the most honest people, right? You do some shit where fucking this little girl got hit with a basketball when you guys are playing basketball. So now no one's allowed to play basketball for the rest of your lives. What? Some fucking kid got hit with a basketball and now I can't play basketball in the country of Canada? Fuck you. You get the idea, though. My metaphors aren't always on point, but you get what the fuck I'm trying to say. Anyways, Trudeau says the weapons were designed for one purpose and one purpose only: to kill the largest number of people in the shortest amount of time. First off, bitch, you have a security team, right? And they all have guns? Why do they have those guns? Because they want to kill the largest number of people in the shortest amount of time? That's why guns were invented? Are you kidding me? Everyone that protects you is secretly trying to kill the largest number of people in the shortest amount of time? I don't know about that. Today, we are closing the market for military-grade assault weapons in Canada. Military-grade? Okay, well, as soon as you can bolt it to your fucking car, then we can call it military-grade. Mass shootings are relatively rare in Canada, but they're happening more often. Trudeau noted that he was blah, 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 blah. The government would introduce further gun control legislation, blah, 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 public safety. Okay, whatever. I don't understand. Last quote: taking firearms away from law-abiding citizens does nothing to stop dangerous criminals who obtain their guns illegally. The vast majority of gun crimes are committed with illegally obtained firearms. Nothing the Trudeau Liberals announced today addressed that problem. I think I agree with whoever that quote is from. Somebody named Sheer. And anyways, I'd love to hear your guys' opinions if you're listening to this on YouTube or whatever. And in the chat, we'll read what some of the people have been writing right now. Jay Casto says, that's the problem. The responsible gun owners are the only ones affected by this. Yeah, exactly. Dick Maximus says, banning guns is like the equivalent to banning murderers. You can't ban murderers. iBookBoy says, it's good that we have America and Australia so we can see both sides. Yeah, I suppose. You know, I get it. I get the Australia thing, right? They took all the guns away, and then they saw a slightly less, you know, like violent country. Sure. But you can't do that here. Their method won't work here because there's too many guns already. Okay? Australia had a more volatile group of people. Their gun laws weren't like engraved into their blood by their forefathers and shit. And also, I don't think they're as worried about Americans in general. Americans are fucking terrified of like martial law and a government takeover and shit like being told to stay inside and wear a mask, and if you come outside you're gonna get a ticket. Americans are afraid of that, so we are prepared to arm ourselves, and that's been engraved. It's been in our fucking brains since I first ever got a gun. You know what I mean? That's what the fucking Second Amendment's all about, right? It's not just about fucking standing my ground in my house. It's about standing my fucking ground in my country as a person. You know, and also, I'm less afraid of this fucking government thing because who's going to enforce all this shit? Okay, I'm getting a little bit off topic here. How's America going to take over America without first de-arming everybody, but second off, how are they going to do it? They're going to have to give all their people guns. They're going to take off all of our guns, give the National Guard a bunch of guns to then police us around, you know, and it's whatever. Jay again says, a lot of these guns are the exact same as hunting rifles. They shoot the same caliber. They were just modified for sport competitions. Yeah, exactly. Jay Caster says, Chicago is the prime example of how banning guns won't work. Yeah, Chicago has gun violence. There's like fucking 10 deaths every weekend. Or something fucked like that. I don't remember the statistic, but I used to hear it a lot. Right after the Vegas shooting happened, everyone always brings up the Chicago gun laws, how it's some of the most strict gun laws in the country, yet Chicago's still the leader in gun violence. But I think, I don't know, I don't want to talk about this all day. It's just an interesting thing, and what's happening in Canada could one day try to happen here. And I think that it will be harder for them to implement something like that here because people are not ever gonna let go. Next news article says something about the virtual Kentucky Derby will be a computer simulated race between all 13 Triple Crown winners. So this is kind of a big article. I don't really understand it, so let's try to skim through it really quickly. Secretariat is the early 7-2 favorite for this weekend's virtual Kentucky Derby, an animated race between all 13 Triple Crown winners on the day the Derby would have been held. So they're doing a fake horse race. And when I first read this, I thought to myself, they're going to do it like we have these horse racing slot machines in Las Vegas. And they look like, how do I explain this to you guys? It looks like a little Lego village, right? Like a little model village. If you think like Beetlejuice, like the little fake village. And it's a fake horse racing track with like a bunch of little fake audience and little fake horses, and the horses go on a little track, and the track goes in a circle, and there's like whatever 10 13 horses, and they're just randomly, they just have little random motors inside them, and they race around, and there's a little fake announcer, and it's just a little RNG game. It just randomly goes in. You don't know who's gonna win, but if you look down, you have an entire like sheet of odds in front of you, and some of them are like digital now, so the odds are really complex, but the old ones are just numbers in front of you, and you bet like who do you think's gonna win, who do you think's gonna get second or third, and the more close you are to being right, you can win your money back, and it's fucking dope. When I read this fucking article, I thought that's what they were gonna do, have an animated fake race that was completely RNG, and you'd still be able to bet on it. But they're not doing shit here. I skimmed through this article. This has nothing to do with betting. It even says here, there is no wagering on the race, but beginning Thursday, fans can choose their favorite horse to win on KentuckyDerby.com. Anyone who selects the winning horse will be entered to win a VIP experience at the real Derby, which is set to be run on September 5th. They can also donate to emergency relief efforts for the coronavirus pandemic. And they have all this mathematics shit that chooses the probability of the horse, whatever. I read this and I thought right away, okay, they're just going to bring back horse race betting, but they're not going to have real horses and they're not going to have a crowd. Cool. That's going to be a new online app that you can get on there and fucking bet horses. I'm going to look it up because I have a feeling unless this race is rigged, and if it really is going to be random, if it really is like a random race just based on mathematics and shit, I'm betting on this bitch. I'm going to learn what's going on with that shit. I'm going to do it. Last article. Southern Nevada officials reopened some sports and retail establishments. On May 15th, we're going to sort of start the slow process of reopening the city. This bitch, Steve Sisolak, is finally listening to the people. Also, I heard something interesting, and I don't want to get everybody all up and crazy about the coronavirus. I don't want to have a fucking debate today like we always do every goddamn episode. But this was a very, I guess it's a really biased argument. But listen up. We have all these essential workers working, coming into contact with each other every single day, coming into contact with other people. Everybody at Walmart's touching everybody at Walmart. All the employees touching each other at the fucking grocery store. Everyone's touching each other. Yet, essential workers are not, quote, dropping like flies. You would think that they would be, the front lines. They're dropping like flies. And they're not. They're dying. Sure. They're getting sick. Sure. But are they dying at the rate that we were initially told? Like this virus just killed everybody on sight? It just touches you and you die? No. And I'm not saying that we need to undervalue how serious this thing is. And there's nothing wrong with erring on the side of caution. But I think at this point, the numbers are in, right? We have the numbers. So now is the time to start to slowly reopen. And just as a country, as a race of humans, as people on Earth, I think we should all use this time to look up fucking washing your hands. Wash your fucking hands more often. Don't cough on people. 6 feet away from each other, not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. Okay? Being told I'm gonna have to pay $1,000 if I don't wear a fucking mask. Now I'm getting mad. But I'm saying, I think we could learn something from this whole scenario. A lot of people died. I don't want to make that seem unimportant. But I think the numbers are in, and I think it's time to start to reopen. The hospitals are prepared for, the second wave or whatever. Everything's ready to go. The world took a hit, and we just keep on moving. This is a virus, but it kind of hit the world like an earthquake. We got it cleaned up. We got as prepared as we can be for the next big pandemic, and let's just try to get back to our lives and do so in a clean way. Can we all agree on that? Sure. I don't want to talk about that shit no more. Did you guys see Lil Wayne's new video? The answer would typically be an overwhelming no, because even though I'm not a hater of Lil Wayne, I'm also not a huge fan. If he came out with a new video, I'd be the last one to see it. But he's seen in this video skating the shred quarters. And he's also seen in this video skating a Revive board. Is Lil Wayne actually Andy Schrock? More details at 11. I think it's cool, man. I dig it. I was the biggest critic of Lil Wayne skateboarding. I was positive. I was positive this guy was riding a skateboard for attention because that was when all the skater shows were really blowing up. Robin Big was fucking huge. Bam Margera was on his way out. What's the other one? Fantasy Factory was coming in. What's that other fucking skater? Ryan Sheckler's show was a big hit. Skating was popular. Kendrick Lamar was not Kendrick. What the fuck? Who did Kick Push? Lupe Fiasco did Kick Push, and it was a huge radio success. And suddenly, all of a sudden, every fucking rapper became a skater overnight. Hobson was skating before all that shit. But I'm just explaining to you guys, skateboarding was a cool thing. It was cool to be a skateboarder. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years ago, Lil Wayne was cashing in on that because at his shows, he would have skateboarding. I think Lil Wayne actually did a skate demo at Tampa, which that always confused the fuck out of me. But here's the thing. I appreciate that he stuck with it. It's no longer super cool to be a skateboarder. A lot of people forget Rob Dyrdek ever skated. You know, that's not part of his fucking Wikipedia page anymore. No one fucking cares. But this guy stuck with it. He didn't progress very well. He didn't get super good at kick flips or tray flips or anything like that. But he stuck with it, and he's still skating. And he outlasted the hype. And I think that's really admirable. And I think that now's the time, now, 10 years later, now's the time to take back any criticisms I ever had of the guy, because a lot of people did not stick with it. A lot of people from that time period really embracing skateboarding. I mean, I was sponsored by a jewelry company. That's how stupid it was. They were making skateboard jewelry to appeal to rappers and shit. So they were doing all these iced out, blinged out skateboards where the wheels would spin, little iced out skateboarding trucks and shit like that. That was all because of this big movement of skateboarding and hip hop, which Lil Wayne was a part of. Now, that shit's boring as fuck. No one fucking cares. Look who's still skating. Lil Wayne. I'm fucking proud of you, man. I'm glad you tried it. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you found a passion for it. I don't know why you can't kickflip. I don't know why, but I don't fucking care. The fact that you're on the skateboard, having a great fucking time, it's a great workout. You get to meet a lot of cool friends, and you really get to see the value, because hard work always ends up equaling some sort of success in skateboarding. Did I say that right? If you fucking try a trick long enough, you're gonna fucking land it, and I think it instills great values. Unlike scooter riding, in which you are just immediately good. Anyone who gets on a scooter is just immediately good. Can you imagine? Oh my God, how fucking upside down? How upside down would the world be if hip hop was like super down with scootering instead of skateboarding? And just like, I don't think it would work. I don't think it would work, because everyone looks like a bitch when they scooter. Their fucking ass is all sticking out. They're all weird arched back, hands all together. You just look like a little ballerina. Oh my God, can you imagine that? It really wouldn't surprise me, because it would, you know who that would appeal to? Those weird fucking skinny, like SoundCloud rappers with all the tattoos on their face, mumbling about shit. They would be the scooter riders. That was me rapping. That was my mumble rap. Like, they can't get good at anything. They can't beat nobody's ass. They fucking, oh man. That's who that would be. It would be fucking Ice Cube would come out of retirement just to do a kickflip, and then all these little scooter kids would be skinny scooter kids with face tattoos would be struggling to tail whip. Oh my God. That'd be great. Let's end the podcast on a somewhat serious note. An internet acquaintance of mine was recently in a situation where I guess somebody wanted his dad's or stepdad, or what was it? Father-in-law. He wanted his Twitter handle or something. So in order to like intimidate this person out of giving up his Twitter name, someone swatted an old man. They sent a fucking SWAT team to this old man's house. The old man was so scared, when he got up, he fucking fell down in fear, smacked his fucking head on the ground, and died on scene. Died instantly. And this is a person who I've watched on Twitch. You know, not the person who died, but the son-in-law. Anyways, a fucking person died because of swatting. And we've talked about this before. I think that if you do some shit like that, it's such a dangerous fucking prank to do to somebody. I think you should be in fucking prison. And now it hits a little bit closer to home because, you know, I'm not like a super close friend of this guy on fucking Twitch or whatever, but it's one of those things where it hits a little bit closer to home. You know, it's like your acquaintance that you've heard of is now fucking dead because of some fucking kid who thought it was funny to do this shit to get a fucking Twitter name, and now someone died. Now a whole family's in mourning because you wanted a fucking a star to be next to your name on Twitter or whatever, dude. Get a fucking life. How pathetic, dude. I don't know. It makes me angry, and we've had this conversation before on the podcast. We haven't talked about it in probably at all this year, but those people should be in fucking prison for manslaughter or whatever. You guys remember the story a couple years back? Someone got swatted and killed, but it wasn't even the right house. Like one person tried to swat another person, but they got the address wrong, and a fucking random like autistic dude got killed in front of his house because he didn't know what was going on. Dude, these people should be in fucking prison. Makes me angry. It makes me fucking angry. I mean, if everything ended up being okay, that'd be fine too. You know, if everything ended up being okay, it'd be like, okay, like you should still be in fucking prison. But how many times now has the shit escalated to the point of a person getting killed or a dog getting shot or an innocent person fucking dying? It's crazy to me. It's insane. I can't come up with enough words to talk about how low of a person you would have to be to do that. It's to me, it's equivalent to going outside, taking a gun and shooting into a crowd and just being like, oh, well, I hope it doesn't hit anybody. I hope this ends up okay. And I just put a lot of people's lives in danger completely randomly for no fucking reason because I'm fucked up. Like that's the exact same metaphor to me, because you're hoping for the best, but you're sending a deadly force to somebody's house when they don't have no idea what's coming. It's no different than going into a crowd and just shooting a gun. You're just going to hope that it fucking goes through people's legs and doesn't hit anybody. Fuck you. So I think we all agree on that. In before Ninja gets swatted. Fuck, that'd be terrible. But I'm glad we're all on the same page, and I just wanted to bring a little bit of awareness to that. I retweeted it. I don't know if there's anything we can do, but we haven't talked about it in a while, and it was worth bringing up, and I wanted you guys to know that there's a lot of things I'm not sympathetic about. You know what I mean? Especially being a fucking super pro gun guy, but this swatting bullshit needs to end. People need to stop. That's all I got for you guys today in the podcast. Let me know your thoughts on my new potential streaming idea. Let me know how you guys are staying cool. How are you guys staying chilled out in the summer? Also, let me know your thoughts about Lil Wayne. Were you guys as big of doubters as me in the beginning? Because I was quite the doubter. My mind has now changed. By the way, guys, I will be sticking around for the post show. So if you're watching live right now, don't go anywhere. Also, if you tuned in late, don't worry, you can catch the rebroadcast on Sunday morning. This podcast airs on iTunes, Podbean, and YouTube. Can I get a hell yeah from everybody in the chat so that I can shout out everyone who stuck around and enjoyed this podcast? Isn't it crazy? We got through an entire podcast today without screaming that much. Although I did raise my voice at Texas' dumb fucking ass picking up a camera, dropping it on the ground. What the fuck is wrong with you? Jesus Christ, a can filled with cans that says cans on the side. Why would you put a bottle on top of it and then you grab my camera and smash it on the ground? Man, that shit pisses me off. Anyways, shout out to Dick Maximus, Trainwreck, LOLOLOLOLO, iBookBoy, Hammy of Doom, Walter the Conqueror, Trainwreck, Watson Punk, 902 Rider, Vulgar Tech, Shred It Shane, and Death Valley Zach. I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. If you want to help somehow, you could donate money if you wanted to, but you don't have to donate money. All you have to do is donate some effort. Please tell a friend about the podcast if you enjoyed it. It's the only way that we can grow and become a bigger podcast. Because I got a lot of love to give. I got a lot of entertainment and a lot of love, and we're trapping all that love and entertainment into a measly 20, 30 viewer stream. I can handle way more. And then the sky's the limit, boys. Then I'll just become rich. Then I'll become like the real ninja, and I'll buy a bank. And with that bank, I will foreclose everyone's house and take a shit on everybody, Liquid Gang style. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Don't drink too much, but don't drink too little. And I'll see you guys next time. Kuna Matata. Bitches, let's play that motherfucking intro song. God damn it. Oh, look, a trash can filled with cans. To the top, nothing but cans in it. Oh, and on the side of it, it says cans. Well, I guess I'll put a glass bottle on the side of it because I'm stupid.